Psalms 107:14. He brought them out of darkness and the shadow of death, and broke their chains in pieces. The darkness, deep darkness, or shadow of death spoken of here is self-inflicted. When God walks, He will tell you the way to walk each day. They have to walk through it. But when they rejected the counsel given by God, they fell into darkness and the shadow of death overtook them. It is a spiritual condition. The Bible compares those who are spiritually asleep to the dead. We read that Christ will shine upon you if you rise from the dead. Being bound by the chains of darkness is the same as being dead while alive. Spiritual slavery is more dangerous than any other yoke. So, it is very important to come out of it. We see those who are in darkness because they obey God's counsel. But it is not a spiritual experience, but a literal one. We see that Jeremiah, who decided to obey God, was put in a dark place and a well without water. Daniel decided to pray and was put in the lion's den for a whole night. The apostles were imprisoned many times for the sake of the gospel. We see God's light shining for them in the midst of the darkness. God delivered them from their prisons and continued to use them as His witnesses. But there are those who had to die, but they entered into the never-fading light of eternal life. Although those who rejected God's counsel were in darkness, He heard them cry out to God in their distress. The only way for any person to come out of the shadow of death and Satan's chain is to cry out to God. God therefore broke their bonds. A more correct translation would be to cut the chains into pieces. Pray to God who can break any strong bond, be it spiritual or literal. May He guide you to the light of freedom. May God bless us.